Yeah.
All right. We're already on to week 11, which is nuts. But anyway, quick update from last week. I have 476 points. You have 435. So about a 41 point gap there you got to make up.
Which isn't bad. It's just the bonus picks are killing me.
They are. They really are. You got to get those bonus picks. You know what? What I kind of thought about it for a second this week. I almost thought about changing it up for the bonus pick, and we could pick the which are the championship four drivers to win at Phoenix, but I thought, no, let's just keep it football. Let's not.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in to our Tuesday night games. We have Bowling Green at Central Michigan.
I'm gonna go Bowling Green.
Okay, I'm going Simu. This is just one of those mat games.
The
They're
fact that I
possible.
went 16 for 16 in the first 16 picks last week, I'm a little salty about that.
Yeah, because you could have won some money off that. I'm gonna scroll down here because if I have to, oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. I'm tired of seeing Paul Feinbaum's stupid face. It's just gonna make me giggle too much. So let's just scroll down and get him out of the way.
So you
Miami,
want to know? Okay, real quick, hold on before we continue. So
yeah.
Miranda looked this up the other day, and she said there's a statistic out there that's one in every seven people are a pedophile. And she was watching game day when she said that, and she said, "If I had to pick a guy on game day, it's the old man
Paul
talking about
Feinbaum.
Lee Corso." And I was like, "No, not Lee."
Holy Corso,
But
no.
that makes perfect sense, seeing I wanted to do the Lee Corso, Joe Biden like sign and everything together. So, I mean,
It's right.
Corso's got some dark secrets that he doesn't want known about.
Oh man, I would really hate it if something came out. Or you know what? Let's just move on. Miami, Ohio, Ball State. I'm going Red Hawks. I'm going Miami, Ohio.
Miami, Ohio, Ball State. Oh, this is a tough one. I'm gonna go Ball State.
Okay. Ball in. Ohio at Kent State. I got Ohio.
So the way the MAC goes, Kent State's due a win at some point. I'm gonna go Ohio, but I do think that with the way the MAC is, it being a midweek game, this could be one of those weird games.
Yep, definitely can be. NIU at WMU.
I'm
I'm
gonna go
going
Western
Broncos.
Michigan.
Yep, I got the Broncos in this one. App State at Coastal Carolina Thursday. I got Coastal.
Give me App State.
Okay.
I almost went Troy last week, and then I didn't, and then they won, so I was a little mad about that.
We both picked ODU and App State beat them. So
Yeah,
crap state this year. I'm actually going to be at this game. Florida Atlantic at East Carolina.
I'm gonna
I'm
go
going to go.
ECU.
Yeah, I like ECU here. FAU, man, I don't. It's tough. It's tough.
You know what?
Uh,
I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna go different on that one. I'm gonna go FAU with a bounce back. They got embarrassed
I
last
think
week.
I think ECU's offense is going to be a little bit better. I mean, they did hang up, I think, 28 on Army.
Listen, FAU's quarterback is legit. It's just sometimes he tries to go for the one big play every time rather than just checking it down and taking what the defense gives him. That's the
Mhm.
biggest flaw that I saw from the other night. But I really do like they have receivers and they have a good running game. Like CJ Campbell for FAU is a legit running back. Um, it's just and their defense is actually not bad. Um, so I'm gonna go FAU instead of ECU.
Okay. ACC action Friday night. Cal at Wake. I think
This
Cal gets
is
the conference
this is
win.
tough, man. Um,
I don't think it's that tough. I think Cal gets the win here, gets their first conference win in ACC, which is stupid that they're in the ACC, but whatever. But Cal, let's go Cal.
I'm gonna go Hank Bachmeier and Wake Forest.
All right.
I went them against Stanford, and
Is
they
this,
beat Stanford.
yep. Is this going to be a slugfest or a shootout? Iowa, UCLA. You said it last week. Iowa's been putting up some big numbers on offense,
They
so
have, and they did again last week against Wisconsin.
they put
Um,
up 42, man, and held the Wisconsin to 10.
I'm gonna go McNamara, man. I'm gonna go Cade McNamara. I'm gonna roll with the Hawkeyes.
You know, I like Iowa, and I
I've
think
went Ethan. I've went Ethan Garbers on back-to-back road games, but with it being at home, I do think Iowa does have a little bit of an advantage just defensively.
it's in Pasadena. It's at UCLA.
Yeah, I know, but I still like Iowa.
Yeah, I think their defense is good enough to slow UCLA down just enough. Rice at Memphis. I think this is a bounce back game for Memphis. No reason to lose to UTSA last week. They shouldn't have, but I think this is a bounce back. Even though Rice is coming off that win over Navy last night.
I really don't know who to pick here because Rice does look better. They've won now two straight. Um, or wait, no, they beat Navy, lost to UConn. That's right. Um, I'm gonna go Memphis, but
Okay.
I do think this is gonna be a close game.
And then rounding out our Friday night action, New Mexico at San Diego State. I'm
Give
going with
me.
the
I'm gonna go to Aztecs.
Yep. All right. Moving on to Saturday. I'm going to be at this game too. Duke at NC State. Man, I need to go back and watch the game from Saturday because I was at
No,
the Penn
you
State
don't,
Ohio
because
State
you will
game.
be very, 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 very upset.
I know, but I need to go back and watch it. I couldn't. I was at Penn State Ohio State. I couldn't see it, but I'm definitely going with the Dukies this week on the road in Raleigh. We're going to knock off NC State.
It's a rivalry game. I hate rivalry games. Look at Kentucky, Tennessee. That was closer than people thought. Florida, Georgia was closer than people thought until Lagway got hurt. Um, I hate to do it, man, but I'm gonna go State in this one
Okay, one
with the
point.
upset.
And then some Big 12 action later on in the evening. Oklahoma State at TCU. Now,
I'm gonna
Oklahoma
go,
State is due a win here at some point,
but I'm
and
going
very
Texas
well,
Christian.
it very well could be this game. But I got to go TCU. Coming off a loss to Baylor last night, should have been a win. They failed
But I
me.
went, I went Baylor.
Yeah, you did. You got that one. I went, but I'm going TCU again this week. Get bowl eligible. This should be an easy one. Purdue at Ohio State. Got to go with the Buckeyes.
Give me the Buckies, Buckeyes. We need them to win this week.
And we need Indiana to win because when we go to that
That,
game in a couple weeks,
that's gonna be nuts.
game day should be there.
So does Indiana have a bye before that game?
They have Michigan this week, so we'll get to that, but they do have a bye next week leading into that game. So,
And in Ohio State, do they have a bye as well leading into that game?
no, they do not.
Oh boy.
No, it's they're playing from here on out. So,
Dang.
yeah. But
Ohio State's going to be a little tired.
I think they have Northwestern next week though, so they have the two bottom teams.
But Northwestern is really good defensively. Like they're a scrappy football team despite their record.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be a blowout anyway.
I mean, it should be, but
Like a
it's the
36 to
big it's the Big Ten. Anything can happen.
And you can say the same thing about the ACC, Miami at Georgia Tech.
Is Haynes King back? Is my question.
I don't know, but I'm a little bit salty from yesterday, so I'm going to go Georgia Tech because I'm salty.
Man, I want to
Even
go
though
Georgia.
both of these teams beat Duke, so
So we were talking about this yesterday, off off video,
Yep.
and the last time that Miami went 10-0 was 2017. The last time an ACC team went into November and played Georgia Tech at Georgia Tech was Florida State, who was 10-0. Georgia Tech knocked them off with a blocked field goal, run it back for a
Yep.
touchdown to knock off number 4 Florida State at that time. Could they ruin Miami's chances here? Because here's why I say they ruined Miami's chances. It's because
Oh,
if
Georgia Tech certainly can.
well,
That
if well they can, but if they do it, it opens up now the possibility for SMU to leapfrog Miami in the ACC standings because they don't have a loss in conference play yet. The only loss on the season, which is looking really good for them right now, is to BYU.
BYU. Yep.
And I
And
told you at the
Clemson's off
beginning
to
of the year,
Louisville last night really helps that.
yeah. And I told you last night that, or I told you like at the beginning of the year, SMU and Indiana are my two picks to be sleeper teams for the conference championships, and both of them right now are in prime positions. And I'm
Yep.
like, there's no way I could have called two better teams at the beginning of the year. But I'm gonna go Miami just because Cam Ward hit another cylinder in the second half. But this game does have upset potential if Haynes King starts for Georgia Tech.
All right. Moving on to Florida at Texas. It could have
I
upset
would I
potential,
would have put I would have
but
picked Florida if Lagway didn't get hurt, but with
exactly.
Lagway out and them down to a guy from Yale who could barely throw the ball against Georgia, I've got to go Texas.
Yeah. I'm going Longhorns, but man, if it was a
The
healthy
SEC,
lineup,
all I got to say is the SEC is about to be nuts
yeah. And we got big
because
games coming up here.
it hurts my head thinking about it.
Minnesota at Rutgers. I
I'm
like
gonna go
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
They've been playing a lot better these last several
Look,
weeks.
they can win at football, but they definitely cannot. Like, okay, I'm gonna pick Minnesota to win this weekend, but the guy from Minnesota better not be the next vice president of this country. That's all I gotta say. Because Tim Walz is a disgrace as an American.
Uh,
Anytime you can let your own city burn and everything is ridiculous.
I think he got a little bit too close to the flames because looks like it cinched the hairs on his head. Syracuse at Boston
He
College.
is from Minnesota, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought so. I couldn't remember if it was Wisconsin or Minnesota. I thought it was Minnesota.
yeah.
Um, all right.
Syracuse. Gotta
Who's
go
next game?
Syracuse at Boston College.
This is a tough one. I'm gonna go to Q simply for they did go into Blacksburg or they did beat Virginia Tech in
Yep,
overtime.
yep,
Um, so I'm gonna go the Qs in this one.
yep. I got Syracuse as well. West Virginia at Cincinnati. I'm
This
going
is
with
gonna
the.
be tough. This is an old Big East rivalry game,
Yep.
and I'm gonna go West Virginia to get the job done.
I like the Bearcats in this one. Texas State, Louisiana Monroe.
I'm gonna go
Um,
Monroe. Or no, I'm going Texas State.
man, I wanted to go Texas State because I like Jordan McLeod, that offense. And I was hoping you were going to take the bait and go with Monroe.
Well, you did also take Jordan McLeod in that offense against Louisiana Raging Cajuns, and that didn't work out for you.
It didn't, but
And Jordan McLeod also left that game in the first quarter with an injury.
so are you
So I
going
don't
Texas
know.
State, Louisiana Monroe?
I'm going to go UL Monroe simply because I don't know, because Jordan McLeod never did come back in that game, and I don't know if he's going to be out again this week.
I'm going Texas State. Navy, South Florida. This is tough.
It is tough.
I I,
Because if
I kind
if
of just want to go
Byron
Navy.
Brown if Byron Brown comes back this week and the way South Florida just dismantled FAU with a backup, they could legit be a problem. Um, Not to mention Atkins for a white boy can actually play receiver pretty daggone good. He's like the next Hunter Renfro, man. Like he's short and stocky, but he can play good. Um,
I'm gonna go Navy.
I'm gonna go South Florida. Navy loses three straight.
I'm gonna go Navy. Defense gets the win. Liberty
But
Middleton.
I said the same thing about Rice, and that didn't work.
I know. Anyway, Liberty Middle Tennessee.
Ah,
I'm gonna have to go Liberty, but not by a whole lot. Excuse me.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take Mid Tennessee State. Liberty loses three straight as well.
Okay. UConn at UAB. I like the Huskies.
I'm gonna go to Blazers.
Okay.
They're gonna blaze their way to the end zone. I don't know if it's gonna be with the dragon breath or if it's gonna be with pot, but they're gonna get there somehow.
Maybe both.
Maybe both.
Marshall at Southern Miss. Gotta go with the Thunder.
I'm gonna go Marshall.
Yeah. And then we have Georgia at Ole Miss. I'm not an Ole Miss fan, I promise, but I'm gonna go Ole Miss. I know I'm wearing an Ole Miss sweatshirt. I'm gonna go Ole Miss just because we want to see chaos,
So
and boy,
I
would
was
this
talking
be
to you
chaotic.
yesterday. I was talking to you yesterday about it. I thought it was Wells that was the one that set the record. It was Watkins, Jordan Watkins.
Okay.
He had I forget how many catches he had, but he had 254 receiving yards and five touchdowns. That's the Ole Miss record. So with that being said, I'm gonna go Ole Miss because Jackson Dart is playing really good football, and Carson Beck has thrown now in back-to-back games 3 picks in back-to-back games. And I just think Ole Miss's defense is going to be a little too much for him to recover from, and that offense is going to be too much. Like if you throw the 3 interceptions in a game against Ole Miss, you ain't getting out of that one with no points going on the board. You're going to have some points on the board.
Well, yeah, you got Frankenstein for Georgia against the even gayer looking Mick Jagger for Ole Miss. Uh, Shootout. Michigan and Indiana. We gotta go roll Indiana, man. Got to. We need
I
them to
got to
win.
go Indiana.
We really need them to win.
You know the gay looking McJagger. You know what it just reminded me of? The queer McFleer.
Ah, oh man. If we didn't
All
get
right.
from the video a couple weeks ago, we might end up getting flagged for this one.
Yep. We made Jewish comments in the other one, so I was surprised that it didn't get noted by YouTube.
No, I had to leave that in. That was too good to leave out.
And
Uh,
I'm surprised YouTube didn't flag us for it, which is great.
we're not big enough yet. Um,
I'm
we'll get there. Iowa State at Kansas. Um, I'm
gonna
gonna
go Cyclones with a bounce back, but again,
yeah, I have to go as well.
Kansas can play in this game. Um,
I think the
Kansas
Iowa
is
State
very underrated for their record. It's just they've been very injury prone this year.
a lot of their losses have been close. It's been within 4 or 5 points, a lot of them.
Yeah.
So,
And you want to
uh,
know, speaking of close games, real quick, Vanderbilt's losses, all three of them, have been by a combined 10 points, and two of those losses were to AP top 10 teams.
it's just the one outlier was Georgia State. Come
Yeah,
on.
the one outlier was Georgia State, which is stupid to even consider. But
When they lost that game, yeah, Vandy is as Vandy does. But no, they've been fighting
if
hard.
I'm Tennessee right now, I am really scared to death to travel to Nashville at the end of the year with my playoff hopes on the line.
And with an offense that's you kind
Struggling the way
of
it has,
underperformed. Yeah,
I would be scared to death right now.
due for an upset there for sure. Army at North Texas. I got
I'm gonna go to Black Knights. Daly should be back. He was just sick with the flu, I think, last week, so I think he should be ready to go.
and they still ended up winning by
Winning handedly.
13, I think.
That's
20-7.
because all the illegal players Air Force had a couple of years ago that they went 8-0 with all transferred. Either
Clint,
that or they're all over there in Ukraine being fighter pilots and training the Ukraine army.
uh, this this should be interesting. Clemson coming off the loss to Louisville on the road in Blacksburg to take on Virginia Tech.
Dude, I got Virginia Tech in this one. What time is this game?
This is a 3:30 kickoff, so I'm going to be at
Oh
the
man,
D
okay.
time.
I wish it was a night game, but even still, Virginia Tech's mad they lost to Syracuse.
Especially after beating Georgia Tech the way they did.
And honestly, if you look at Virginia Tech's offense, they're built a lot like Louisville. Very athletic receivers, good dual threat running or throw and slash running quarterback, and a great running back. So I mean, I could see Clemson losing back to back weeks.
I'm going to have to go Clemson though to keep their ACC season alive. They're going to have
Well,
to
to
win.
keep their playoff hopes alive, like period.
Yeah. And they have Pitt coming up the week after this, so them coming off that loss to SMU, that game is going to be good, and it's at Pitt. San Jose State at Oregon State. I like the Beavs in this one.
I'm gonna go Oregon State.
All right, and then we have Georgia State at JMU. Georgia
James
State,
Madison.
Georgia State's winless in conference play, but that changes Saturday. Georgia State with the dub.
I think JMU's done playing around. I think they're gonna get the dub this weekend.
Well, this is one of those games that they should win and don't. This game's gonna be really good. Colorado, Texas Tech.
I usually don't do it. I usually don't go against Colorado and I don't go against Coach Prime. And I'm not going to start this week. I'm going Colorado and the Buffaloes.
Good. I'm going Texas Tech.
They're quietly just sitting there in a prime position to possibly sneak into the Big 12 championship, depending on how stuff plays out.
No pun intended.
And I mean, could we see Colorado in the playoffs? Like that's a big question.
Well, it's very real.
They keep doing what they're supposed to, and that's win.
Exactly. They win the Big 12, they're in.
Yeah.
Kennesaw State, UTEP.
Give me the isn't Kennesaw State the Yellow Jackets?
No.
What is their mascot?
They're I don't know. They're Owls, that's right. I
Oh yeah,
forgot.
the Golden Owls.
They're forgettable. I'm going UTEP Miners.
Give me
And
Kennesaw.
I know we were talking about Lee Corso being a pervert earlier. His idea, his vision of the UTEP Miners is something else. We won't go there, but
What was his vision of them?
exactly what I said, the miners.
Oh, oh, yeah, yeah. That
And
that went over my head a little bit.
you said you're going Kennesaw, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Temple at Tulane.
Tulane easy.
Yeah, Tulane easy. Um, this game's gonna be so good, dude. South Carolina at Vandy.
I just think Vandy's going to have too much of a defense on their hand. South Carolina's defense really showed up against A&M. I mean, they showed up against A&M. They showed up against Alabama. Alabama barely squeaked out. LSU squeaked out. South Carolina really could be sitting here at like 8-1 right now.
They could
Um,
be. And
so
so
with that being said, I got to go South Carolina, dude. Like that defense, I told you it was going to be a problem in this last week's game, and it was. Like it's a scary good defense.
too bad you went A&M on that, bro.
Yeah, I know. Too bad I went A&M, but like
Um, I hated going against Vandy last week, and I shouldn't have done it because they won. I really don't want to go against them this week. And the fact you went South Carolina means I'm going to go Vandy.
Okay, that's fair. Like I just Pavia's good. Is it at Vandy or is it at South Carolina?
It's in Nashville, so we'll see.
Okay, that does help Vandy a little bit. I still think South Carolina's defense is going to be too much.
I'm hoping it's a nail biter. It should be a good one. Jacksonville State, Louisiana Tech. Go game.
Give me Gamecocks.
Yes. They are playing good football right now. Didn't they start off the season like 0 and 3 or
Yeah,
0
they
and
did,
3? So
and
they
they've
won
won
five straight.
like five straight. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, Arkansas
that's the
State.
Rich Rodriguez special, man.
Yeah.
Screw your season at the beginning of it, then win the rest of the game.
Arkansas.
Ask Michigan fans about that during that stretch in the mid 2000s.
As long as they
Oh
beat them.
wait, they don't have to be reminded of that. They got that going on right now.
No, they keep losing this year. They're
Uh,
not even that good this year. Arkansas State, Louisiana. I
I
think
got to
this
go Raging Cajuns.
I think this is a bit of a
Raging
sleeper for
Cajuns.
Red Wolves. I'm gonna go Arkansas State.
Butch Jones does not win this week. I'm sorry.
Western Kentucky, New Mexico State.
Give me
Hilltoppers.
WKU.
Yes, sir.
Bailey Zappi's alma mater.
I don't know what he's doing right now in the NFL, if he's
He's
even.
a practice squad quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
How disappointing. This dude should be a starter somewhere, honestly. Maryland at Oregon. Gotta go Oregon.
I got to go Oregon.
Oregon
Now,
Ducks.
remember the 1 year I told you a couple of years ago, it was Talia Tonga. It was at Maryland. They played number one Ohio State and nearly knocked them off.
Yeah,
Is
I
this
remember. I was watching that game.
is this at Oregon or is it at Maryland?
It's in Eugene. Yep.
It's in Eugene. Forget it then. But I would have said if it was at Maryland, I was like, maybe this time around to do it actually.
No. This next game, even though Tennessee has their woes on offense, easy win over Mississippi State.
Not so fast. Tennessee wins, but it's closer than people realize because Van Buren can actually throw the ball.
I don't think it's that close. UCF Arizona State's an interesting matchup. UCF's playing good lately. I'm gonna have to go with UCF. Get a win on the road.
I like Arizona State in this one simply because Scadaboo and Levitt are both healthy, and their defense
Dude,
is plus. Their defense has a plus margin in the turnover department.
if Scat
So
if Scatteroo comes back next year, he should be one of the front runners for the
I
Heisman.
yeah, he should be. Um,
Very good.
I don't think he's going to come back next year. I think he's going to probably go like fourth or fifth round in the NFL draft.
Florida State, Notre Dame. Gotta go Notre Dame. Notre Dame is
If the Seminoles could pull out a miracle out of their butt, this
Notre
would
Dame's
be the
gonna win
week to do it. Because, and you know something that I just thought about, dude. Not only do we have the Mormons and the Catholics that could possibly be in the playoffs, but we also got the Methodists sitting there too,
the
and that's
trifecta.
the SMU Mustangs.
The Notre Dame's gonna win out, and they're in the playoffs easy, I think.
This week, okay, I already got the comments for this week. That way, these viewers can actually start commenting because I've seen y'all view the channel after 100 plus views this week. I know y'all are watching it. So, out of the three schools I just listed, Notre Dame, BYU, SMU, which school is more of a party school when it comes to the like female student attendees?
Oh no! We were just talking about 1 in 7 people being perverts, and you had to go and
Well,
do that.
listen, that's not me. That's not me. But I'm just asking because the reason
I
I'm
thought,
asking that is
bro,
because
I
I
thought,
have like Mormon friends and I have like other friends that are in Catholic and Methodist religious, and all of them seem pretty equal. But if you go to one of those schools, maybe you can help like determine it.
I thought you were going to ask which one has a better shot at winning it all this year, and then you pull that.
I'm
Are you going Notre Dame or Florida State? You're going Notre Dame, right?
going Notre Dame, but I hope Florida State pulls it out.
I know who you're going with this one, and I'm
That
going.
would be the Riley Leonard special, though, is to lose a game that he shouldn't.
Bama,
Remember
LSU.
last year, Florida
Don't
State?
bring up Notre Dame again. Don't bring that up. I was this close to storming the field. Don't bring that up.
Well, Notre Dame, Carolina, Florida State.
He wasn't playing. That was my boy Grayson Loftus starting against Carolina.
Oh yeah, because Leonard was hurt. I forgot about
He
that.
got screwed over by the refs, not on Grayson Loftus' part, and he should be our starter. Anyway, I know you're going Bama. I'm going LSU
Hey, dude, Bama right now is in the perfect driver's seat.
to ruin their season with this loss. Oklahoma, Missouri. Got to go Mizzou.
Ooh,
Kind of tough though, honestly.
is Brady Cook still out?
Have no clue, but I don't know if it matters
It
because
does kind of matter a little
even
bit
though even though they
because
only have two
Jackson
losses on the
Arnold is
year.
back for Oklahoma.
Well, I'm not talking about this game. I'm talking about their season. Even though they have only two losses, they're not going very far.
No, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Oklahoma.
Okay. Now this game's gonna be good. Washington at Penn State.
Ooh, I got to go Penn State with a rematch game, but don't count out Washington in that one.
Not at all. Like that, I think this is gonna be a tight one. I do have Penn State as well, but I think they win by 3 or 4. Like it could be like a field goal for the win, possibly. Nevada, Boise, gotta go Boise.
Yep, give me the Boise Broncos.
Virginia at Pitt. Good
That's
matchup
tough.
there. I'm gonna go
I
Pitt.
gotta go Pitt though.
Yeah. UNLV, Hawaii. That's a great matchup too.
I'm gonna
Uh,
go Hawaii again.
okay, yeah, I've picked them the last 2 weeks. I'm gonna go UNLV though this week. Getting
I only
down.
like Hawaii because UNLV actually has to travel like 7 hours on a plane to get to Hawaii, so that's gonna be a little rough.
Well, with their budget, they may have to swim there. Who knows?
No, that's not true. They could just take out a loan from like the South Point Casino or something.
um, Fresno State Air Force.
I
Fresno.
mean, they probably got a strip club on school campus to where they can borrow the
Oh,
money from them.
100%. Fresno Air Force.
I'm gonna go Fresno.
Yeah. BYU, Utah in the Battle of the Mormons. Gotta go with BYU. You keep
Yeah, I
them.
gotta go BYU.
And then we round out the night with Utah State, Washington State. Gotta go with the Cougs.
And the Cougs are top 25, man.
Finally. I kept saying they were gonna make the playoffs, but I don't know now with that loss to Boise. I don't know if that's gonna be possible. But I kept talking that up for so long.
What's
But
crazy is if
still
Vanderbilt
the right
wins
team.
out, like just think about this for a second. If Vanderbilt wins out, they could possibly be looking at like a 16 or 17 ranking by the end of the year in the AP top 25 going into next year.
That'd be awesome.
But
Um,
isn't Diego Pavia a grad transfer,
possibly.
or does he have another year eligibility left?
I don't know. Good question.
Because if he had another year of eligibility left and came back again next year, and Vanderbilt got some more guys in the transfer portal, Vandy to win the SEC in 2025, baby.
Never know. Never know, especially with how things are going. Never know. So for our bonus pick, do we want to do Alabama LSU? Either that or the game I was going to go to, Duke and NC State. But I say we probably do Alabama LSU, right?
It's either that or Georgia Ole Miss.
I'm fine with either one.
Um, let's do Bama LSU.
That's what I figured we do. Um, So Bama LSU in Baton Rouge.
I got it for this week.
Okay.
What is the final point spread?
Okay. Interesting. Are you saying the final point spread is in what they're going to come out with because it has Bama at 2.5, or are we talking who we think how much the
Like,
or
what's the final margin of victory? Like, how many
yeah,
points do you think the team wins by?
yeah, that's what I was thinking you meant by that. So I'm gonna go. Well, we have to do this at the same time. I don't have a number in mind yet.
I kind of have mine in mind already.
I have mine. You ready?
Yep.
Three, two, one. 6.
Hey,
Okay. That's a right down the middle pick, so we are going to have to do a backup on it. Final score LSU 41-35.
final score of this one. I'm gonna go
18-10.
I'm gonna go 38 Alabama
38-30.
to 29 LSU.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's
And
settled.
so, like, we need to discuss the spread here, though. If it's 6 or less, you get it. If it's exactly 7, that's where the tie break comes in. And then if it's 8 or more, I get it. Is that how it works?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we
Basically,
were,
basically, we're banking on it not landing on 7.
yeah, basically. Lucky number 7, baby.
Hope not. That'd be stupid. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this week.
Hey,
So
listen, if it does land on 7, maybe we need to go to Vegas at some point.
I'll leave you back at UNLV so you can find that hidden strip club you were talking about. I'll just go to the casino by myself.
Miranda, Miranda today, she told me, she's like, when you and Kate go to Ohio, she said, just go relax, don't be on your phone and everything. And she's like, now that doesn't mean go picking up girls or anything. And I was like, well, I said, I don't have to do that. I said, that's Kate's problem.
I'm good. I'm good for now. We're not in Texas.
Get you a Yankee.
We're not in Texas, so I'm good. We'll wait till we go to Texas
Uh,
or Florida. That's good too. But anyway, good luck to you this week.
yep,
We'll
all ready,
do
man.
a second video with our playoff predictions. So we'll come back with that
Yes.
here. See ya.
See ya.